Here is Simon speaking of 3dalmanac.com. Welcome to another episode of our March Madness 2017 product reviews. We are in the third part for week 5, and today we have 6 products, but they're all related. The Medina products by Anaiko, sorry if I pronounce it wrongly. It's an Arabic themed town, and there are quite a few sets, so start with the main set. You can see a lot of partial things that you can use separately, some preloads for part neighborhoods, and also a full load. Some camera settings, quite a few camera presets, and also some render settings. Let's add them. They're not included in the full preload. So now we can go into render mode. So I cut here a little bit out of the video. The loading takes really long, so this is a huge set, but on the other hand it renders really fast, so quite a bit of load time, and you probably need quite a bit of VRAM, especially at least if you want to render it completely, or not only show some part neighborhoods, but it renders pretty quickly. So let's have a look at the camera presets. That's a nice Mauric arch, very beautiful. You have here in the set quite a bit of dynamic range, so sunny places are much lighter than more shadowy places, like if you do photography in nature, so you have to twiddle around a little bit with the tone mapping settings to get the right exposure, but that's not a big thing to do, and actually it's more a testament to the quality of the set than something to critique. So there are quite a few interesting camera presets. Some I don't really understand, but some are giving you a nice view of the little nooks and crannies of this town. Have a look at this beautiful rooftop. And here, so this is a little bit, so maybe this is a nice set if you have something in the background, but here you have a view into the small streets from the other side. A lot of nice detail work. Have a look at the windows on the upper right side. An open space that you can fill with your scenes. Some of those storefronts we'll fill later with an additional package. Fabric that is over the street as shades, very authentic. Here you can see here this dynamic range issue, but as I said, this is actually not a bad thing. So some of the doors in this set are you can open or close. Let's do this here, not for all. So for this nice, as you can see it here, the nice Arabic looking building is just textures, but for some of those, like this door, it is movable. You really have to try out where you have just a texture and where you have really something to work with. So you can see this is rendering in real time. I have a good GPU, but for a set of this size, this is really rendering fast. Just load time is a bit longer. But when it is loaded into the GPU, it's rendering quick fast. This is really beautiful. Add here a nice background, and this is a tremendous view. Lots of different scenes. You can really follow your fantasy, what things could happen in this scene. Rooftops, rooftop gardens, podiums, lot of things. Very nice texturing. Also looks like he or she, I'm not sure, often worked with quite a bit of bump or displacement mapping. Nice view from the top end. And all the camera views we have here are all parts of this camera presets. For each of the neighborhoods you have 4 to 6 camera presets, so this is really useful. I like this. This makes a quick start and getting results a lot easier than if you have to first search for the best views, especially in such huge sets. You can use hours to find the best views. So much for the basic set, and there are quite a few of add-ons that were offered at the same time. And the first one we have a look at is the Medina Souk Part 1 set, also by Ansico. I think that's the right pronunciation. So let's have a look. There are 4 market stands in there, in an all-in 3D light and array set, and there are some poses for those props to put them at the right location in this town. So I think that's a pretty tricky solution. So you can easily preload it at the 0 point if you want to use them separately, but it's easy to put them at the correct point. I really like this solution. So let's load it. You see it there now. Let's see if you can see it. Yes, here at the 0 point it's loaded. Nice fruits, very realistic looking. So you see it, it's down there by the stairs. Let's load the second one, if you can also see it from this perspective. There it's loading. Put it in the right place with the pose. Same exercise. Just takes a second, and you can see it down there on the podest podium on the right side of the entryway of this little street. You can kind of see that there is something there. So let's change camera settings. Here you can see the first market stand on the right side, and then here on the left side of the stairs there is the next stand, and the third one is also loaded here on the left side on the of the picture, and we are loading the fourth one too. So, but it's still a little bit empty on our nice little marketplace. So we need to have a look at the next add-on, and that's Medina Souk Part 2, also by Enzico. And it comes with the missing 4 market stands. So it's built up pretty much the same way. You have the market stand, there's also a scale. I won't test this out now, but it also looks interesting. With the matching poses to put them at the right place. So get started. You can already see this here with the next fruit stand with some cantaloupes, and here is the second one out of this set. Putting it at the right place. The fourth one also. So now our marketplace is pretty well filled, as you can see. So what I also like very much in these 2 sets, there are also additional camera presets added that shows each of the market stands in a nice view. So nothing set up by me. This is how they come out of the set. And the fruits and vegetables are really realistic. Also all the goods very nicely made. Some of the camera settings don't work really good with all the stands set up, but you can probably easily hide something to get a better view. Here you have the same problem, but they're pretty near to each other, pretty realistically. On a market, there might be some narrow passageways and not built up for ideal filming and photographing. Basket maker, also nicely made, looks very good. Yes, so much for the souk, and as I already promised earlier, there are also some interior for some of the shops that we've already seen at the beginning. Medina Shops and Props, also by Enzico. You can see there are the props are also there in single items, so good for kit bashing. So let's load the first of the shops. I believe it's a carpet shop. So we are loading, and there's also again a camera included in the set. This is really a good service to the customer. I really like this. So you see in the darkness and in the interior it's rendering a little bit slower. Here the second shop, a plate shop. And the last thing that is included is here this nice setup with chairs and a table and a shisha and other small things. There is no pose or no special place to put it, so this just loads at the 0 point that is at this place, so it's not looking bad here, so we can leave it here, but I'm not sure that this is how it was intended. So Let's come to the next add-on, Medina Poses, also by Anseco, a set of poses for G3M and G3F. I already loaded 2 of them with a nice plastic shader on them to have a good look. You can see these are not really place specific poses, so at least most of them you can also use in other sets. That's something I like. There's some props included here that are needed for some of the poses, as we are going to see in a second. So also some couple poses where they interact with each other. Let's load one of those. Yeah, you can here see I don't think they like each other very much. Lots of standing and action poses. You can see there are a lot of poses that are saved as variables. They include one of the props, and if you load the pose, the prop is also added automatically. Very convenient. So when you want to go to the next pose, you have to remove the prop yourself. You can see it's rendering. The basket is in the end. So that's very convenient. I think a lot of things, how the things are set up in all these different products, are very convenient and well thought through and good for me as a user. So here's the photographing pose also as a variable with a camera included as a prop. Sitting pose. Also very nice here. This sitting pose is also saved as a variable. Let's load this. Here you see the chair automatically loads wherever the person stands. So very, very convenient. Here a kneeling pose or crouching pose while serving some tea. And here's some working poses of people working on the bazaar. Well made and probably pretty useful. So much to the actual add-ons to Medina Cityscape generator. So this is similar themed. You also can use it in conjunction with each other, but actually this is more or less a standalone product. So this product is used to generate low-res cityscapes that you can use as a background. Very useful. You can see all the parts of this generated cityscapes are also including some prop people, low-res prop people for the background are included. And here you see the first of the scripts. You can see lots of settings, some explanation is included here for a quick start. So let's have a look. You can see what's your starting point, where you want to have it created, how it should work with some underground or ground plane. Here you can set the different mix of props you want to have in your generated cityscape. So you can see all the options that are there. So let's start generating something. And it's already starting. can see the buildings are created. So the standard settings only create a pretty little city. Now adding a ground plane, probably we should have done this earlier, so that's not really as we thought, but it's looking really nice. So you can see the palms, the houses, and they really look like they would be a really detailed model that is just in the distance, so very well made. So let's create a bigger city. So it's loading a bit over each other, so probably we should have set an offset or deleted the earlier created one before we restarted it, but for the demo purpose it's okay. You can see it growing by the second. See, it's adjusting them now to the ground plate. First creating them and then adjusting them. Good, so much for this bigger city. Let's see how it looks rendered. Or we can first try to add them humans. So this little prop humans, low-res prop humans. You can see you have to select the streets that you want to populate by them and then start the script. So, and now you can see how it looks rendered a little bit closer, but still it looks like it would be a very, very detailed set. This is pretty nice for such low-res props. You can see the humans were somehow created too deep, not at the ground level. So we have to adjust this manually. Probably I did miss some parameter in the script, but something that we can heal pretty quickly. Just lowered the ground plane a bit and move the people in view up and adjusting the ground plane again, and this is how it looks rendered. So also here you can see also this low res prop people are looking really nice. So you can see there is a quite lengthy instruction PDF that you can download on the README page on the desk side. So this is also helpful to really see what it can do, so you don't have to buy it to read the manual with a lot of graphics. So that's a good thing to have. So let's have a last view at this nice little toy city, and let's talk about what is really the conclusion of this 6 products. So actually, so it's not really 6 products, it's 2 products, and one of the products has 4 add-ons. So the Medina set itself is pretty impressive. This is one of the nicest scene sets I've saw so far for DAS. There are a couple of others that are in the same league, but it's for sure absolutely top of the league. The add-ons are all nicely made. They are, especially the Pose set is very convenient to use. If you need them, it's difficult to say. You have seen they're a nice detailed set. It depends on what you want to do in the city. They all, even if they're not very expensive, one by its own, they add up pretty quickly, and this really good set, if you want to have it with all the add-ons, comes with a hefty price tag. So altogether, including the Cityscape, which is more or less a separate product, came in even at the full March Madness rebate almost for $70. So it's not cheap. But it has a lot of value. So my tip, if you're unsure what to do, would be buy the Medina main set, try it out, and then have a look what you really need from the add-ons. The poses are nice, but do you really need them for what you do? The stores and the souk market stands or bazaar stands are nice, but do you really need them for what you want to do? So go in this direction. For me, the Medina main set is a must-buy if you can use it for anything. It's just really incredible. Another thing is the Cityscape generator. You can use it together with the Medina set, but it's actually independent. It's the same theme. It's also this Oriental theme, but it's also a very good product, a good solution for a problem you often have if you want to have a good lively background, but it shouldn't kill your VRAM or your render time. If you have the need for something of that, this is I can recommend to get it, but you don't need it at all to use Medina. So two separate things, both good products, but really have a look what you really need. So much for this long episode today. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please leave comments, give us feedback. That is very helpful. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss anything. Follow us or contact us on our social media sites, and visit us at www.3d-almanac.com. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.